Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Santi. If you're already here, kindly smash the like button. If you're new, kindly subscribe to the channel and support your boy as I push my way to 10,000 subscribers. In today's video, we're going to discuss the talking point from Arsenal to Luton 0. Number 1, Smith Rowe is back with a 7.5 so far score rating. He had 55 touches, 89% accurate passes, completed 39 of 44 passes, made 2 key passes, the most of any player along Odegaard in that game. 1 shot on target, 1 shot blocked, 1 of 3 draws, lost possession 8 times, had 1 foul, was fouled 0 times, 1 clearances, 2 interceptions, and 1 tackle. It was a very good performance from him yesterday. And what impressed me most was his work rate and his off-the-ball movements. Despite the fact that he's been missing for the major part of the season, and even last season, his season was disrupted by injury. It was so good and refreshing to finally see him starting games, and he was looking really lively. Going forward, giving him run of games will actually do his confidence a lot of boost, and it's no surprise that his talent is so evident. His first start in a long time, he dropped a man of the match performance, was heavily involved in the first goal, and even in the second goal, it was supposed to be a direct assist for him. I think Reece Nelson got a touch on that ball that ended up as an own goal, but I mean, I will still count it as an assist for him. He had a very good game overall, but looked tired towards the end of the second half, which is understandable considering the fact that he's not really played a lot of games in recent seasons. So going forward, everybody, me included, hopes he stays fit to get a run of games under his belt, because on his day he's one of the best players and one of the most unique profile in the world. So we're gonna need him to stay fit going forward, because we have a run of games coming up in the next few weeks, and him being on his best form will actually do this team a lot of good. Number 2, Kai Havertz is not stopping. Kai Havertz has now been directly involved in more Premier League goals in his debut season with Arsenal, 12 more than any 3 campaigns with Chelsea. 29 games, 8 goals and 4 assists. He's found a new home. I mean, it was banging in goals game after game in March, and a lot of people, Chelsea fans in particular, were saying March is always having that form in March every year. And this is April, first game of April, he already started the month with an assist. And the way he's really been consistent this year, his overall gameplay has improved massively. I know we're probably not getting that value for 65 million yet, but what he's done this second half of the season, if he can really keep it up going forward to the end of the season, pick up from there next season going forward, and is really consistent with it, is going to be an integral part of this team going forward, and sooner or later is going to justify that 65 million price tag. But right now, I think we're enjoying the output that is coming from him and his impact in the team so far this season, considering the fact that it was the one that scored the goal that sent us top of the table first half of the season, the first time we ever topped the table this season, and the second time we went up as well against Brentford. He scored the winning goal just 2 or 3 weeks ago, and tonight again in an heavily rotated team, provided the assist for the first goal for Odegaard, and his overall gameplay, how he brought others into play, his link-up play and everything is improving game by game. And number 3, I keep saying this again and again, Arsenal are not only the best defense in the Premier League, they are the best defense in the Euro Top 5 league and possibly the entire footballing world this season so far. On Sunday, Arsenal ended Man City's 57-game scoring streak at home in the Premier League. And on Wednesday, Arsenal ended Luton's 18-game scoring streak in the Premier League, the best defense in the league by a mile. Not in the league for me, in the entire world for me. David Raya probably has the best or easiest job in the world right now. The only difference between us and Raya is watching the game on the pitch, and the rest of us are watching the game either from the stand or on our sofa, because this guy must be bored by now. Only 4 goals considered in 2024 so far. We've played 10 league games and we've only considered 4 goals, the least of any team in the league. And the fact that we're limiting our oppositions. Manchester City only had 1 goal or 1 shot on target against us at the weekend, and last night Luton as well could only manage 1 shot on target, and even City's shot on target at the weekend came from a set piece. And this season so far, we played City home and away, and they only managed 2 shots on target. The 2 games, and this is the best team in the world if we're being honest with ourselves. So if you look at what we've been doing defensively this season, like I said in my last video, is one of the major reasons why we are where we are right now in the title race. Because last year we weren't scoring a lot of goals the first half of the season, and the defense has been the one that's been keeping us in the title race up until this moment. I mean, now second half of the season we scored 30 goals in 10 games, or 34 goals, I can't really remember, and only considered 4, and that has done a lot of good to our goal difference on the table. And this title race, the way it's going, it can end up anyway. It can end up by being decided by 1 point difference, can end up by being decided by just goal difference. So we need to minimize how much goals we concede and maximize how much goals we score going forward. Number 4, Thomas Partey is getting back to his best game by game. He had a very decent game for me in the, yesterday. At the base of midfield, was attempting a lot of line-breaking passes, was successful on some occasions, and wasn't successful on some occasions. Me personally feel like he needs to slow down a little bit with it, and know when to risk it and when to play it safe. But one thing cannot be denied: we've missed his the fluidity he brings into our midfield from that base the entire season, and his library, the way he breaks the line with his passes, the way he plays it over the top. I just maybe I've gotten used to how conservative Declan Rice is with his passes. I mean, he chooses his passes carefully. It's more pragmatic with it. He doesn't like to take the risk. Maybe I've gotten used to that over the course of the season. But I was seeing Partey, attempting it nearly every time yesterday. He didn't want to pass it sideways or go back. So he was always trying to push those passes in, and some of the times we ended up being on the defensive part of the ball when he tried to do these things. But at the end of the day, I feel like he's still not back to his best, and is really getting back to his best every single minute he's playing. So he came into the team yesterday, had a decent performance. For me, it was a 7/10 performance. So overall, it wasn't bad defensively, and going forward as well contributed well to the team. And it's so good to have him back, because on his day back to his full fitness is one of the best 6 in the world. So it's so good to have him back starting games, and I really hope to see him get involved at some stage against Brighton at the weekend, considering we're playing Bayern Munich on Tuesday, and Declan Rice will probably still need to get some rest in that Brighton game. I'm not expecting him to play full 90 minutes against Brighton again. And I was hoping to see Fabio Vieira in that game today, but he couldn't come on because we maxed out our 5 subs and he couldn't just get onto the game. I'm hoping to see him against Brighton at some point. On to the overall general team performance. Arsenal have put together a 10-game unbeaten run in the Premier League to start 2024. 5-0 against Crystal Palace, 2-1 win against Nottingham Forest, 3-1 win against Liverpool, 6-0 win against West Ham, 5-0 win against Burnley, 4-1 against Newcastle, 4-1 win against Newcastle, 6-0 win against Sheffield United, 2-1 win against Brentford, 0-0 draw against Manchester City, 2-0 win against Luton Town. More clean sheets than goals scored. That is actually crazy. What we've done this second half of the season, I really wish we were that consistent in the first half of the season, especially that December run. But I mean, maybe if that poor December run didn't happen the way it did, maybe the team wouldn't come back, firing from the winter break the way they did. So I don't know. Everything happens for a reason. But yeah, we've been really, really good this second half of the season. And that game yesterday, despite the fact that we rotated heavily, I mean, I was expecting just a couple of changes, maybe 3 rotations. But Mikel went into that game with heavy rotations, rotated 5 of the starting players, which was actually good to see. But I mean, I wasn't expecting a champion football, fluid football, considering the fact that most of these guys has not played a lot of games together this season. But I've seen a couple of people complaining, was another boring game, this and that. What matters most is we got an opportunity to rotate against a Luton team that was missing about 10 of their starting players. and we took that chance and got 3 points, came away with a clean sheet. I think that's what matters most in this kind of games. Is a title running? Is the English Premier League the best and the most competitive league in the world? You don't expect us to go into every game week in, week out, playing liquid champagne football and scoring 5-6 goals. I know it's Luton Town, but I mean, these guys, I know there's 18s on the table, but I mean, I don't understand why they are there. Because if you're playing against them away, every single point you're picking up at their ground, you have to sweat for it. And they've been on 18 games scoring streak in the Premier League, the most of any team right now. And that was put to an end yesterday, so I can't really complain about this performance. Even though I was nearly dozing off towards the end of that game. And the gap between our regular starting lineup and our rotational squad is so evident, but still we got the job done, so I can't complain. Guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Smash the like button. Let's get to 100 likes. And who was your man of the match from the game? Thank you so much, guys, for your support. I really appreciate every bit of it, and I will see you guys on the next one.